on to season 3 of Necessary Conversations. I'm your host, Saleem. I appreciate all y'all support. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share. Enjoy the episode. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to Necessary Conversation. I'm your host, Saleem. I got Gloria Torres.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How you like the AIC so far? I know you're a transfer student and everything. What's your experience so far?
So far, it's interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Comparing to community college and being at a non-traditional student, it's different. The world is like centered around, which is nice.
Yeah.
And the focus is centered around the students, and I'm enjoying it. At first, I wasn't sure if it was my place until I started getting into the program that I'm in right now.
Why did you feel like it wasn't your place at first?
Being an older student, like there was not much activities that I wanted to do because I'd done that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not fun when you're 48 and you can't participate as the young crowd because we have goals to go to class, work, go home, and not be able to enjoy the afternoon events that they have because it's not really geared to us.
Did your last school have events that you were?
Oh, I was very participating in the events. I did, I was part of the LGBT club up at Springfield Tech. And I was able to do it because it was during a certain time frame. But now that I'm in a real campus that, they have to have activities because students live on campus. Yeah. It's totally different.
Have you thought about joining the LGBT club here?
I am. I'm considering it. Yeah. But I'm also trying to find myself first before I go out and talk to more clubs.
You mentioned you don't know if you belong in the program you first started. What program are you in here?
I'm in video and digital media production. I'm good with that one. I just didn't feel like I belonged at the college at that time because being older. And you don't see someone in your peer other than your professors. Yeah. So it was just an adjustment. It only took me a week too.
Not bad.
To say, get over it. You're here. They're paying your tuition. Move it forward.
Yeah. What program were you in at your last school? Were you in the same?
No, a totally different career path. I went into medical billing and coding as well as health information management, which I have my 2 degrees in. But being in the medical field, everything's saturated right now. Yeah. Everybody wants to be a biller and we're a coder. So it's hard to find a job. And the certification tests are so expensive. It can range from $200 to $500. Yeah. Each time, if you fail, you have to repeat. So it was like, I'm not wasting my money.
So how long did it take you to realize, like, all right, this work of field is too crowded for me. Let me go back and get something else for myself?
Well, it took me not long to realize that. After I tried applying and the rejection kept on going, they said, oh, you're great. But unfortunately, when you hear that unfortunately, you know it's not going to go anywhere.
For sure.
So I realized that, and I said, okay, I'm going to take a break. I started working at Walmart to pay for my son's school trip abroad. And then I got stuck there, trying to look for opportunities inside Walmart. Once you get to your comfort zone, it's hard to get out of it. So I stayed there and sent him to Italy for 2 weeks, and then continued staying at Walmart until COVID, which was very unique. And I said after that, I stopped, I quit Walmart, stayed home. But then, since everything was still shut down, there was nothing for me to do work-wise. So depression set in. And social anxiety set in that I didn't want to talk to people. So it's just like I had to break out of it. Yeah. I had my little part-time gig of doing drag. That helped. But we were doing it through Zoom or StreamYard at that time. And then little by little, everything opened up. But it was time for me to start stepping back away from doing drag a lot.
Yeah.
I don't do it often, but I had to stop
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, I'm getting tired. I was burning 2 ends of the candle.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to give up something. Not give it up entirely, but just focus one thing. My self-improvement was the most important that I needed to do. So finally I said, oh, it's time. It's time for me to do something. If I can't work right now,
Mm-hmm.
let me do something interesting. So Dean Frank Borelli,
Yeah.
they were talking about how there's a new program coming. And I was like, what kind is it? And then they were describing the media production, digital media production. I was like, oh, that's cool because I want to do YouTube creations or have my own digital content, but don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Why pay someone when I could do it myself?
No, for sure. For sure.
So that's my idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking, and I was like, ooh, this is something I like.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied, got in, became official junior, doing all my core requirements instead of the general ed courses.
How did you find AIC? You mentioned, you and Frank and the other professors talked about the new program coming about. How did you find out about AIC?
Initially, I was going to come in 2016 for the public, one of the public service courses or
Public health?
Public health.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the money, that the initial deposit to go in. So that helped me back. And it was also the fear of, am I worth getting a bachelor's and not get a job?
Yeah.
So I held myself back with that aspect.
Yeah.
But no, at that time I didn't have the money. And AIC was always on my route. And a few years back, Extreme Makeover did a story and focused on the AIC campus. Because of when a middle school student passed away, committed suicide, and their mother, they did their house. And their siblings got scholarships to attend AIC. So they were talking about AIC and stuff like that.
That's crazy. You talk about your sending your son abroad to study abroad. He just went to Italy?
He went to Italy, yeah.
And what did he study over there?
He didn't study. It was a school senior trip from high school. He attended Putnam High down the street. But I always say kids who live in urban settings should experience the world. Just even a glimpse of it. Because you don't know what you could see. It could broaden their horizon more. And their dreams could be bigger than being stuck in Trent, New Jersey, Springfield, Massachusetts, Holyoke, Mass, Union. Because if you don't get out of the bubble, you're stuck there.
For sure.
And you don't know if you appreciate it more if you leave and say, oh, I came back. And I wanted to teach my son that there's things out there more than what just around him.
You talk about, doing drag and quitting it. When did that start for you?
Well, it started instead I joined the LGBTQ club there. And it was like I felt welcome more in that community than in my own community as a straight female. And I started just doing performances for their annual drag show. I still call myself a baby drag queen because I don't do it professionally and I don't get bookings like everybody, the good ones do. I'm not good, I'm not bad, or not good either. I'm in the middle line.
Okay.
Because I'm still trying to figure out my drag. So I started doing that to help out other drag queens when they're performing.
Mm.
So I was the background person. And then I did a rendition of Dancing with My Father.
The Luther Vandross song?
Yes,
Okay.
but with a female cover
Okay.
for my dad who was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started enjoying it. And I became part of a organization that is called the Imperial Suburb, the International Court System.
Mm-hmm.
We have charters,
Okay.
chapters around the country. So I joined the Western Mass group,
Mm-hmm.
and I started doing charity work, drag for charity, helping charity organization in Western Massachusetts. And it was a sense of so much pride that I give 2 hours of being in makeup and dressed up to T to help a community that is in need.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a royalty system. You dress in well, you get into gowns and all the finery, jewels and crowns. 3 years in, I became the Empress 3 of Western Mass.
Mm.
The first straight Latina woman in the East Coast to be crowned as Empress of Western Mass.
Mm.
COVID happened shortly as I started my reign. That means everything shut down. And no one knew what to do. And I only had 2 events. So it's always the donations to our beneficiaries. I felt so bad that I wasn't able to give more to my beneficiaries.
Mm.
Where others were giving thousands still because of their network were bigger.
Yeah.
So it was an eye-opening thing. But I always say a dollar, if you make $1, it's $1 that organization didn't get half.
Mm.
So after that, I did my step down after 2 years. And then I joined the Imperial Sovereign Court of Connecticut as a member, but I still retain my title as the Empress 3 of Western Mass.
Mm.
So it's an interesting thing. Like today's National Coming Out Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's sad that there's nowhere in Facebook that says Happy National Coming Out. Or anywhere I have seen. And I'm coming out as a straight woman,
Mm-hmm.
as an ally. So to give support to my sisters and brothers and anyone else who is coming out, don't be afraid.
Sure.
So that's why I wanted to mention today, October 11th, is National Coming Out Day.
Do you feel like you'll ever go back to doing drag, or?
Oh, I'll be doing drag in November,
Yeah.
but I won't be doing shows a lot because of school commitments. So I had to step that back, and drag is a lot.
Yeah.
Buy makeup, outfits. If you don't know how to sew, you have to make yourself an outfit.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, as a female, I already have the stuff, like the clothing and stuff, and I feel that I slack sometimes because I have the stuff already. I don't have to go out of the box and thinking about what kind of outfits I should be wearing. Now, I'm grateful for drag because it gave me a boost of confidence. Whether I'm in makeup or not. I put on my wig and I'm like a whole different person. My drag name is Bella.
Okay.
And I took it off of someone else, a little girl at the time, who's been going through surgery and because she has a lot of medical issues. And I said, if she has the strength to deal with 14 surgeries at 11, then I could do this and forget about my pain for a minute or two.
For sure.
So Bella came out of that.
You talk about doing it in November. Are you actually doing a show, or are you doing the behind the scenes still, or?
I'm doing a show, and I don't know. It's, it's Cocktails and Crowns at the Shea.
Okay.
It's I don't know exactly the date, but it's from 5 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Free admit at the Shea in Hartford.
Okay.
So it's a show to be thankful because of the theme of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's is one of my few times I come out to perform when someone asks me to perform. I would go and perform for them. It's just trying to find a song in Spanish to do it because I came back to my roots when I'm doing performance.
Okay.
Because I do male songs and I'm good at
Yeah.
male songs are fun. But just as a female doing male songs is kind of weird, so
Yeah.
I sometimes become a drag king and do it as a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun too because people think I look like a guy when I do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I'm a girl.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I'm just trying to find that particular song.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, I watch. You watch RuPaul?
I watch her sometimes.
RuPaul. I watch that show. My girlfriend had me watching that first. I'm like, I don't know about this, but I'm watching. I'm like, it's interesting to hear the stories of these people who are, you know, shunned out by their families because they do come out, and then, you know, they have the chance to come on and do drag, and it's always interesting. I mean, I think what was the I want to say since season 15, the twins, it's two white twins. Just the whole everything in the show. I like the show. I like the show. It's very interesting. So drag is, you know, I've recently just started paying attention to drag through that show, and it's very interesting just to see, you know, the stories behind these people. But with that being said, like when you first got into it, what was your thoughts, or did you have any experiences of the stories I'm talking about with, you know, people you see on RuPaul?
Oh yeah,
like,
I even had my own experience.
really?
Like my sister thought I must be gay in order to do drag. I'm like, no, drag is an art. If you look back in the history, even Shakespeare had men dressing as women to perform because at that time women could not be actors.
Mm-hmm.
And so on. So there's the YMCA, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, women couldn't perform in the YMCA as actresses, you know, because of the co-ed, you know, how the housing is at that time. So in order to put a show, they did that. Movies. I think it's called, I forgot, it's with Henry Ford and some other people.
Mm-hmm.
Or I forgot the actors, it's a little slip of my tongue, where they dress like women.
Mm-hmm.
And no one said a thing. We have Martin Lawrence dressed like a woman. Robin Williams dressed like a woman. No one has said anything. But now there's a hate with drag queens. We don't know why. They say they just not a good influence for kids. But I say, think about the characters, the Disney characters. And if you go to Disney World, you see princesses. You can't tell. You can tell they're women, but who are we to say it's not okay to dress which way we want to wear?
Mm-hmm.
They're not affecting anyone. If they want to teach kids how to read in a group setting, it's teaching someone how to read as a character. We're not doing anything inappropriate, but there are people out there, vicious people, who think drag queens are something horrible,
Yeah.
or drag performers shouldn't be around. When we were around for so many years, and now someone finds fault for it.
I mean, when people say, like, you know, drag queens is
They call us some people call us pedophiles.
That's a little crazy, but
And beyond crazy, you know.
that's but when you look at just, you know, people beyond the drag queens, people try to say, you know, anything that is on TV portrayed, men kissing men or anything, is bad for the kids. But in my mind, it's like, if anything on TV or anything on social media has more of an impact than you can have on your kid or what you do in your household, then you have a problem.
Yes.
It's not necessarily like, because I don't know if you believe in God or anything, but the Bible says train a child in the way they should go. So if you're training your child to, okay, look, like, this is what the TV, if you personally want to say this is what the TV is showing, but this is who I want you to be, then that's fine. But if you feel as though the TV has more of an impact than your child, what you have on your child, then that's a problem.
I always say some people leave the TV as their babysitter.
Yeah.
But you can't have, as parents, we have to open our minds to a whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's gay, straight, whatever, black, white. We have to be open because we are different. And in this world that we are in the United States, we are different.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what makes us good. But it also makes us bad. But when we stop and not think, wait a minute, something's not right. Why are we judging so many people?
Yeah.
If you want your child to be well-rounded, you have to have them experience things. It's okay to wear pink. It's okay for a boy to wear a dress because women are wearing pants.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time we couldn't wear pants. So why the difference? It's just, I think people see it differently and they get shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this happening?
Mm-hmm.
But then if you see it in the movie, the laughter. And I think it's like a little shockwave when you see it on TV. You think it's funny, but then when it's up close, you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Are they going to chase me? Are they going to convert me?
Mm-hmm.
No. It's just clear understanding of how things are.
I know we talked off camera. You said you grew up and you're from New Jersey. How was that experience growing up in New Jersey for you?
Well, when I grew up in New Jersey, all my neighbors knew who I was and what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a tight-knit community.
Mm-hmm.
But as the neighborhood went, the old timers passed.
Mm-hmm.
The new generation was all in for themselves. And they forgot the sense of community. Where everybody else is locked up.
Yeah.
Because I'm from the hood, from Trenton, and it's like, you have to be self-aware.
Sure.
I miss it, but I miss the old time when there was block parties.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to worry about getting shot.
Mm-hmm.
When neighbors were neighbors and you didn't have to worry that your neighbor is part of this gang and the other neighbor is part of this gang. I missed that part of Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody was like friends. And if you had a fight, it was a fist fight and you got it over with and then y'all best friends again.
Why do you think it changed, or where do you think the change started? I mean, I know you talk about people are for themselves now, but why do you think that kind of changed? Because it's everywhere now. It's not just New Jersey. It's everywhere.
The media.
Mm-hmm.
The media. There was a point when rap was rap. There was a message. But when they started throwing out the blings and the cars and making more erotic and interesting,
Mm-hmm.
that's when everybody said, oh, I don't have that. I'm going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of working harder, they kept on finding the easy path. Like selling drugs. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But the ones that I know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they geared to. To get the quick fix, get the money, and be the type that they see on the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just, it's a hot mess.
Yeah.
Now gangster rap made it popular too, and it's like, when you stop giving out the message, how rap was intended,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just boo boo boo. I'm sorry,
No, you're good.
boo 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 boo, type of motion, and swing and a lot of profanity.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying, oh, that's giving everyone the clarity. Okay, I could do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a worse record or a worse song, and it's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks they're a rapper or an entertainer. And there's no one that says, boo-boo, sit down.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to these tracks, I'm like, how in the hell?
Yeah.
But that's true. What I feel is like, we lost a message, and within that message, people created a different message. How to attain things quicker.
Mm. I know you talked about, the music scene today. Do you listen to anybody from today? Or no?
Oh, I went all out. I stopped listening to the gangster rap, because Run DMC was my crew.
Yeah.
My all the DMC was my generation, and I'm like, those are the message I go.
Yeah.
But now I went to K-pop, because funny to say they have rap, but it brings back the rap from my time, that there's message to their singing, and trying new things. And I'm like, okay, I get what they're trying to say. I can't get to what they're trying to say. So I'm like, I'm all around.
Yeah.
I listen to Spanish, I listen to classical, I listen to Chinese music. More Asian music is more relaxing to me.
Really?
Even if it's the rap. Because it's not the hardcore, just yelling type of thing. Even rock, I'm listening to it because it's like a smooth transition for me.
I know you got a son here. Does he listen to anybody today that you may hear him listen to, and you're like, all right, that's okay. I like that a little bit.
No.
Nobody?
I question his. He's weird, but he's autistic, so I give him a slight pass.
Okay.
Because now he listens to conspiracy theories, and then they add music, so he goes to listen to them, and I'm like, what the hell are you listening to, man? Come on now, wake up.
Yeah.
But his imagination into that sense of world is like totally different. He said it's calmed him down, the yelling and everything, because of his autism and ADHD. It calms him down. I'm like, there's other stuff you could listen to but that's when I realized, oh my God, I'm starting to become a parent.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a joke. But I'm more flexible with that. So he's more into the anime music and stuff like that. I'm learning from him, he's learning from me. And it's interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was it when you first had him? Were you excited? Did you want a child at the time?
I wanted a child, but I also was going through a separation.
Okay.
I separated from my ex-husband when I was like, not even before I found out I was pregnant. So I was living in Puerto Rico, and he wasn't performing well in the sense of not doing what his job as the head of household. And I said, I can't bring my son into this environment. I don't want my son to be baby or become a mama's boy. And this is what he will see when he grows up. So I took him out of the environment. Well, I took myself out of the environment and moved back to Jersey and stayed with my parents until I had him. And at 6 months, I enrolled him in preschool. So I could start going to school and trying to improve. But he made me stronger. Because I think I would have stayed in a situation of domestic violence and not caring anymore. And I couldn't do that.
How long did you stay in Puerto Rico for?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
How was that? Are you Puerto Rican?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I was born in Puerto Rico,
Really?
but I moved at one and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So I was raised in Jersey.
Okay.
So it was a culture shock.
Mm.
I went back there when I was like 10, but it was not the same as an adult.
Mm.
There was always someone watching, taking care of me when I was younger. But as an adult, I had to manage things, figure out the transportation system, because that was back in 1999.
Mm.
Uber wasn't around.
No, for sure.
So, and depending on where I was living in the metropolitan area.
Mm-hmm.
So depending if I wanted to go south, I had to either go with a private car, which will probably have 2 or 3 people in there instead of the bus, or a small van that would take you to town. There's like certain vans that would go particular town. And I'm like, no, this is not happening.
Mm.
Gotta go to a doctor's appointment. Wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Sign your name on a piece of paper. And you can leave and have breakfast, but if you're not back by the time the doctor's office is open at 8 o'clock in the morning, you might have lost your spot.
Mm.
So it seemed like all the doctors managed to, in my opinion, to schedule everybody at 9:15, for example. So you see people arriving for their 9:15 at 3 o'clock to sign their name to go back and for this appointment. But that's the day that everybody dress up.
Mm.
You wouldn't dare leave wearing PJs.
No?
No, to the doctor's office. That's an insult.
Really?
Think about it. It's just, if you live in a rural area and it's the only time that you could actually go into a different town,
Mm.
you go in your Sunday best, and so people could see you.
Mm.
Now we don't have that appearance. We could go to the doctor's office wearing our PJs and no one would say anything.
Mm.
That's the culture shock that I had when I was over there. And I think that's everywhere other than the United States. That people care about their appearance when they go to like their office, police departments, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just say police department because I can't remember anything else. But they dress well. So when you're out about in town, everybody knows, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
They don't want to see a raggedy person.
Yeah.
That wideness here.
Mm.
You get too comfortable in your everyday wear that when you do find a job, you're like, oh shit, I can't find what to wear. What is appropriate for what type of job you have?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my frustration.
What else was you experiencing in Puerto Rico? 'Cause I do want to go one day. How was it for you?
Oh, I love the culture. I love the food.
Yeah.
I love when we do our town festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Because it brings back everything. Everybody goes to San Juan or Ponce or the West Coast because but they miss out going to the middle of town. There's a road to go to Calle or Gawas. It's these 2 towns and it's like a snake road, but it's all about roast pork and all the fine fritters, all cooked, rice and beans, all different delicacy, and you could smell it from coming down the mountains.
Mm.
You're on the. That's how I remember going to my grandma's house. We got to go down that road to go to my town. But we also have Fiestas Patronales, which is a major festival for our town. Each town has it every month, apparently. Every other, each town has theirs a month apart from the other one. They celebrate their town dancing. There's one folk dance that I love. It's bomba. It's a mix of African dance tied into the Taino dances, and the movement. And you could tell you could fit in. And what I love about Puerto Rico is that we are a spectrum of colors. from dark to light, from looking different, and it's okay.
Yeah.
We even have Chinese Puerto Rican. Their Chinese food is the bomb.
Really?
Because it's a fusion of Spanish and Asian cooking. The bomb.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's something good that they have that they make? That you
Their
like?
fried rice.
Really?
Their fried rice. It is like, if you compare to the fried rice here, you'd be like, ooh, I need to go there. There's one in New York, Chino. So it's like somewhere in the flats that they have this shop. That's Puerto Rican, Chinese Puerto Rican restaurant.
How do they celebrate holidays over there, like Christmas, New Year's, and stuff like that?
It's like a party.
Really?
Yeah. The bad thing about doing business in Puerto Rico is that we not only celebrate our the U.S. holidays, but we also celebrate the island holidays. So if you're doing anything in from October to February, for example, forget about it. No business. Don't worry about doing business because we celebrate Thanksgiving. And then the next week is another holiday, so that office is closed. So you better be ready not to do anything. Just enjoy your time in Puerto Rico.
So people aren't really working too much from October to February because of the parties?
Well, they are. It's the government offices that are closed. They observe more of from when I was there. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But people do get your stuff done.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Government stuff, just wait for it.
Yeah. I know you're doing video production now. And you were thinking about it, veering away from the public health side of things. What did you want to do with, getting your degree in video production and stuff like that?
Well, I want to create digital content for myself. See, I'm a wig maker as well. I'm learning how to become a wig maker. Let me clarify that. Because I'm not the hair that you see in RuPaul. I haven't done that to that level yet. But I want to make wigs for women of all types, cancer patients, so they could feel a sense of beauty. Because there are women out there that believe that their hair is what makes them beautiful. And I'm in the belief of your hair doesn't make you beautiful. It's you that makes yourself beautiful.
Sure.
So that's what I'm trying to do, but I also want to create that myself. Like I told you earlier, I'd rather pay myself in doing the content than doing someone else. But if I find a job, I would love to travel with the skills that I learned and do a travel vlog of the countries that I want to go to that are social issues that's happening, like South Korea with the LGBT community. Go to China and figure out why certain things, but be respectful. Go to Thailand. That's what I think people forget from here, is that when you go to somewhere else, you gotta be respectful of their laws, respectful of how they do things. Like one person said, who lived in Korea, South Korea has a lot of garbage. It's nasty. They should do something about it. And I wanted to comment, have you been to New York? Have you been to Philadelphia, where they leave their garbage for the next day or how long it needs to be picked up? You can't say that on social media and be okay with it. You have to be very careful, because people who go to these countries, whether it's Puerto Rico or South Korea or China, you gotta be respectful. You gotta leave what you learn here and adjust to them. Like they have to adjust to us when we, when they come over. there's a fine line of in appreciating the culture when you go over there, but then bad mouthing it. That's your personal experience. You can't just say that the whole country is this way and when, in fact, it's not.
Yeah.
Because once you can hit that publish button on YouTube, it's out there until you delete it.
Mm-hmm.
And how long will you delete it? You probably will forget about it until somebody reads the comments and make a post of it. It could be 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that. And you don't remember. But the video shows it.
Mm. You talk about doing wigs. Have you made any so far?
I've made 2.
Yeah? How did they come out?
Oh, it came out pretty good. But I just have to figure out some of the techniques. Because I made them to go like bobs and not creative wigs. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting. I'm just trying to figure out the style for me. But when I do it for others, I'm like, tell me how you want it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to create a consultation list. Before we start, this is how much I want to see, how inspect the wig and everything. Because it's different from being, if you buy a wig from the store. Mm-hmm. Because I have 2 options. Make one, buy one from the store and do it, or I could use one of theirs and recreate what they have by washing them and stuff like that. But with that, I still have to write everything that we agreed on, to have a meeting on the line, because there are people out there, and I think that will change their minds.
Oh, for sure.
And won't pay you because that wasn't agreed on. And I'm not playing games.
No, I feel you. What is the process for making a wig? Because I think people just think like it's simple, or people, because people that wear a lot of wigs are like, why is it so much money? So what is the process for?
Well, depending on the type of wigs, the length, the density is one. If they want human or synthetic is another option. But most women from our community want human hair. Finding the right hair, because they want wavy, they want straight, or they want color, or they want blonde. So the process is different, especially the length. The more length you have, the more it costs. If it's short, it's reasonable, I could say. But I will have to measure your head to get the proper fitting, and then adjust. Between the wig cap, or if I'm going to do ventilating, which is strand by strand, and make the whole head of hair, which that will be a little bit more expensive because it's hand motion, it's handmade. I'm trying to do it with the sewing machine, which will come out quicker and more time effective than hand sewing the stitch.
How long does something like that take, doing it hand by hand, strand by strand?
That could take from I only did one, and I got tired. I only did one roll, and that took me 10 minutes trying to figure out how to do it. But from the average, from the videos I've been watching, it could take from 6 days to a month, depending on how it's strand they want and stuff, the process.
So if somebody comes to you like, I need a hand-by-hand wig in 2 days, like it's almost impossible to do that.
Not happening unless I already had it made.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Because it's very time consuming. You forget about you from what I have seen. But some people are fast. They could get it done. But I'm not. And I'm going to be honest. But some people could do it within a week. And I've never seen somebody could do it for less than 2 days.
That's insane. How did the other wig that you made process go?
I did it by hand.
Both of them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So in the extensions, how you call them, the bundles, that was something.
Really?
That because of the string and the knotting, and you have to make sure each one goes right. And I realized that I didn't do it tight enough, so I had to go back and redo it. And then the cramping in the hands and the back, because once you do it, you don't want to get out because you lose momentum.
Yeah.
I could get done by a day.
Really?
A day or 2 days if I don't give myself a break. But sewing machine, I could do it in less than 30 minutes.
Sheesh. I didn't know it takes that much to make those.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it takes that much to make those. I mean, you know, obviously you see them cost a lot of money and stuff like that, but
Just the bundles alone.
yeah.
If you go to a beauty supply store,
Mm-hmm.
it ranges from the cheaper version could range from, let's say, $60 to the high end could be $200, and you could have 3, and you might have to buy another one. And I'm like, ooh, I don't want to do that to my customers, so I'm planning to go. Hopefully, when I get established, to get more money for my clientele, which I'm still working on that, is to go abroad to Vietnam or other places that have hair, that sell the hair at the wholesale, check them out, and then I could do a one-on-one contact with them and get the bundles that way at a lower price. So I don't have to have them go to the store, buy $150 wig, you know, the bundles, so I can make them for them.
What started your interest in making wigs? Was it
Drag?
Drag, yeah.
Drag, because I got tired of seeing people or waiting for people to do it for me. And I just picked it up. I met a famous person, hair and makeup stylist, who was doing a workshop in Connecticut a few months back, and I already started the process, but he confirmed that what I was doing was in the right way. So I felt more confident in myself in that process. But then I stopped because I started school. And it gave me a breather, but I still watch my YouTube just to get refreshers and stuff like that.
The whole, like, wig making process seems very time-consuming, very, you know, I wouldn't say hard, because I guess you know how to do it. So between, you know, doing that, obviously you're a mother, you're a student now. Who is Gloria outside of all that? What does Gloria like to do outside of all that?
I'm laughing because all I want to do is sleep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sleep, but I don't know how to slow down. But school is what's making me feel confident about myself. School helped me rediscover Gloria and get away from Bella. Because I was Bella all the time. Everybody calls me Bella. And now it's strange to hear my name being called Gloria. Outside the community, to hear someone call me Gloria, I'm like, who? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
And then I realized they're talking to me because I've been so, before COVID, I was able to balance Gloria and Bella easily because I was working. When I stopped working, I threw myself into the drag community, even with, you know, during COVID doing stuff. You know, paint, makeup, doing stuff on StreamYard to broadcast. So I was Bella. Bella 24 hours, which was great. Don't get me wrong. It's great to have that side personality.
For sure.
But when you start saying that you don't like your name, I never liked it much Gloria because my mom was Gloria. We were never, we were identified as Big Gloria, Little Gloria.
Really?
So it's like, Bella was the name that I'm unique to.
Bella's you.
Bella's
yours.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
But I realized that there was a point that I'm like, where's Gloria? Gloria's missing. And I felt like I was missing her. School helped me to rediscover who I was. Even the short period that we started, I'm like the process of, hey Gloria, hearing that. Hey, what you up to, Gloria? It was really, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't introduce myself as Billa unless I'm in the community. So it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I feel refreshed as Gloria because I got lost, you know, being a mom, working, doing track, and then being a mom, not working, but doing drag.
Yeah.
I didn't have no outlet for me as Gloria. So I'm like, ooh, I need to do something better. I need to improve myself. And coming back to school is an improvement. I'm happier in my skin.
It's really interesting. I'm happy you were able to find yourself, and I'm happy you was able to push through and you know, get back to finding you and who you feel like you are. How many more semesters you got till you graduate?
Apparently 2026, 27 around that time.
Yeah.
If everything goes well with financial aid and stuff like that, I'm on the right track. And I'm like, I'm scared because I'm going to be the 50-year-old OG graduating. And I'm like, between these young kids. But I'm finding a good balance with the kids and the students. I shouldn't call them kids. The students around me that's in my program that we could interact and communicate, which is like, I'm glad that we have this bunch of crew that I joined when they're graduating. I graduated before them, but I hope I help them along the way with, like, this woman's crazy, or, joke around. Like, I want to be something in their little memory.
For sure.
That they could say, oh, yeah, I remember OG or Gloria did this. I self-proclaimed myself the OG. So if you hear that, that was my idea, not nobody else.
Because I know, obviously last May I graduated, and a big reason, we were supposed to do the Masters in Media. Wires got crossed, we weren't able to do it, and it's like you could always come back for it, but I knew that if I go home, you get responsibilities, you get a job, it's hard for people to come back. Obviously, you went to community college beforehand and then came back to AIC. Was it hard at all coming back, or did you know?
Of course it was hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard because I'm like, how am I going to do it with a bad knee? Everything was like breaking apart. I'm not young anymore. Am I going to have that job like my contemporaries are going to do when they get out there? Because when I graduate, I'll be 50. Am I going to be self-sufficient that I tacked on a couple of student loans in order to do this and not be able to find a job? And I'm like, I had to get out of my comfort zone. If I didn't get out, I think I would not have survived another. Not in the sense I was going to do something. I'm just like, I would have a breakdown. Like, I can't be sleeping all day or be stuck in my home watching the world go by, looking through the window. Oh, so-and-so had a new car. But where am I? Home. And I'm happy for people.
Yeah, for sure.
That they self-improve. It's like I seen one of my former neighbors here at AIC. She's a senior in nursing. And I said, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I've been telling you for years, but I'm glad something, I don't know if it was me or something, told you that you needed to finish your education. And she told me, no, yeah, Gloria, I'm going to be I'm a senior. I'm graduating in May. I said, that's all I needed to hear. I was so happy to hear that.
For sure.
That they're doing something.
I hope this interview really gets out there, to help push people to go back to school,
It's never too late. Yeah. It's never too late. The only thing I think I might get backlash when I say this, is that when we have to focus on everyone, but if you're having, like right now, the educational system for colleges is going either, some schools are closing, or they have a lack of enrollment. Either we find something to improve to keep the enrollment going up, and not focus on so much on sports, for example. You know, our commuters are the ones that might be the ones that are coming in, because jobs are changing, and we need to start focusing on what the new things around the employment history is. And that's basically the community students. Make them feel more welcome.
Yeah, for sure.
The community lounge.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's by the bookstore, downstairs.
Okay, yeah, I've been there, yeah.
It feels like you're stuck in a hole.
Yeah.
And then it's like saying, go home. Go home. Go to work. You shouldn't be here. Where everywhere else is so lively. So I make jokes about that, but that's one of my pet peeves about that there's no focus on transfer students, or some people will say there's focus. But if you have commuter students, check on them once in a while.
Yeah.
Yes, the campus life is revolving on them, but we might be the new vocal school that will be coming in instead of having the regular traditional students. And we could be an influx of people from Bay State Hospital or radio stations. That things are changing.
Yeah.
That you gotta change with the time.
Listen, I mean, just keep going, graduate, keep, trying to learn the Photoshop. Good luck with that, 'cause I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Are you taking graphic design?
No.
No?
Thank God.
I don't know if they changed it, but you might have to take it. But
No, I'm following.
I
am following my schedule.
Dude, well, if you do end up taking it, the professor that I know teaches it, she's very good.
Okay.
She'll help you. Professor Leslie Tane. That's she actually the one that helped me make the logo for the podcast. So,
cool.
Yeah, so she's very good.
It's like if anybody wants to go into video production, come to AIC. Because Marty Bamford
100%.
is one of the best person to get sound advice from.
Yeah.
Especially he's great in his field.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful that we have a great staff to make us go further. And I love the hands-on experience, because book learning is great, but if you can't tie into the work,
the experience
is not going to be the same. I walk around with a camera all day trying to take a photo, and I swear Professor Nordell is like saying, she must be crazy. Look at her taking pictures. But it's fun. I would never have done that if I didn't come to AIC.
Yeah.
I would never think outside the box, or I watch the reels. Like, the dramas on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, now I know why the sound effect sounds off, or why they yell it. Or, oh, that's a bad edit. That type of thing. I'm learning that from the courses.
No, for sure.
And I picked it up quick. Now, me doing the work is another thing. It's just concentrating on the editing, which is fun. I did a class project for video production with me painting my face. But I'm glad that I spoke to Professor Langford and asked if I could put a camera, my tablet, my iPod, and my phone together, shoot it in different angles, because the way I was shooting it frontal way only caught my arm. So I missed the whole front of my face, while the other two cameras were able to catch up more than I did in the front image.
So that's good. That's things outside the box. That's good. Marty's great. Marty helped me get this podcast off the ground.
I'm great. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
We need to get more people involved.
Nah, for sure. Gotta get you your own podcast.
Hey, it might happen. I don't know. I just have to learn how to do it and not break the machine.
Nah, you won't break it. What happened at the beginning, I don't, that never happened before.
That was a fluke. Because they knew I was coming in and I had to do something.
Yeah, nah, it's one click of a button and everything, everything's ready.
It seems so easy to do.
Yeah, it is. These are the, so your mic is red, so this is your thing. My mic is green, so this is mine. Put it up and down. That one's yellow, so that puts it up and down. So now you can't hear me because I muted it. Now you can hear me again. This one is like just solo talking, But it's all pretty easy. You got you put sound
See, now
effects.
you got sound effects. We should have been doing that a minute ago.
Where is it this one? You can make your own personal sound effects recording and everything. So now it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
This is cool. We need to do more. I'm really thinking. I have so much in my head to do, but to see if I could do it during my time, because I want to enjoy my time here by saying I'm active. I want to leave a little speck of dust or something on me that I was here at AISC.
No, for sure, you can do it. So I appreciate you coming on Necessary Conversations. Keep going. Keep having faith in this thing, and you'll get it done.
Oh, thank you.
For sure. You got any shout-outs to anybody? Anything to say to anybody? Any message?
Go Yellow Jackets.
Go Yellow Jackets. I'm your host, Saleem. Necessary Conversations, and we out.